Over next four sessions, we'll be understanding about inbound marketing, what inbound marketing is, how it fits into the overall digital marketing framework, and how a business could leverage different aspect of inbound marketing, different phases of inbound marketing to generate better ROI for their business. Now, the thing is, guys, as a precaution, the expectation from this module, you need to set very different expectation from this module. So it's not a platform-based module or not a tool-based module. The basic difference is like it's a strategy-based module where we will be learning about inbound marketing strategies that you could implement for your business. In every other module you must have taken by now, it involves a platform or a tool. In web analytics, you learn about a lot of tools, including Google Analytics. In search engine marketing, it's the Google search engine you learn most about. Search engine optimization, again, you learn about. So you're learning about either a platform or a tool in any other module. This is the module which is solely a strategy module where what so the flow happens like we'll take up few concepts, very important, highly concise concepts. Then we'll see like a lot of diversified examples on of businesses that have used those concepts to achieve certain results. So we'll learn concepts, we'll take up a lot of diversified examples across B2B, B2C, Indian example, a Western company example. Within that, lot of industry segments are there. We'll take up a lot of diverse examples to see how these concepts are used by businesses to generate to cover the objective that they want. Then at the end of every session, there is a task that you need to complete. There is a task and a quiz. So task is all about creating the strategy for a business that you want, that you could select based on the concepts that were discussed in the session. So basically, we'll discuss a lot of concepts in the session, then take up a lot of diversified examples, and then at the end of the session, every session, you will need to build strategy for a business based on the concepts that will be discussed in the session. So this is the format of the module that we have created. Now, it is highly important for you to go through the task, complete the task within the week itself, so that to get the best out of this module. Few of like all of us at certain point have a tendency to skip task or not complete it on time. But this module requires you to do that. I'm making it clear in the starting point itself. To get the best out of it, you need to complete the task within the week itself, because the concepts that you will learn will be fresh in your mind in the same week. And then that's where like now at any point, like while we are going through the module, if you have any questions or doubts, you feel free to ask in between during the session. Now after session, while you're going through the recording or quiz or task, if you get any questions or doubts, you can reach out to me over email. I've just provided with my email address. You can note that down. So let's start with that. Let's start with the session, guys. Now, one of the basically another information that I want from your side is like if you could tell me what is the sequence of this module in your overall course. Is it the fourth module you're attending? Is it the first module? Is it the third module? If you could just type in the number, guys, and then press enter, it will be great. Okay, for most of you, it's either third or second module. For Neha, it's sixth. Okay. Jaspreet, are you able to hear me now? Just guys, just give me a minute. Yes, I know Bharat. That's why I'm getting responses. Yeah. So fifth for Rajiv. That's great, guys. So Let's move ahead with the session. We'll understand in today's session what inbound marketing is, how it fits into the digital marketing framework. When we look at building up a strategy for a digital marketing business, where does inbound marketing fits? Where does different phases of inbound marketing fits? We'll see about like what are the three phases of inbound marketing, and then in the second half of the session, we'll start with phase one of inbound marketing, that is attracting your audience. And at the end of the session, we'll discuss the inbound marketing strategy study exercise. Uh, that is your task. We'll discuss that. We'll go through the flow so that you are able to better attempt it. Now, when we talk about inbound marketing, guys, based on your understanding till now, what do you think inbound marketing is all about? Any ideas, any inputs, guys? Okay, B2B digital marketing, Bharat says. Any other inputs, guys? You can attempt like anything you know, like about inbound marketing you have heard, any perception you have, you could share that. Like what according to you is inbound marketing? So Bharat, the good news is, it was earlier majorly used by B2B businesses. Now there have been a lot of successful examples of inbound marketing being used by B2C companies, including Digital Vidya. So it's not just limited to B2B where it started in the initial stages. It's as much as a B2C strategy as it is a B2B. So it, it as we move forward, we'll learn like how it could it transcended the space between B2B and B2C. Okay, Rajiv, have an input that drawing customers to product or services is inbound marketing. That's in a way correct, but incomplete. So let's understand, guys. So in the overall digital marketing framework, you when you have multiple reach building channels that about them you will learn in different modules. Okay, you have search engine optimization, search engine marketing, display ads, email marketing, social media marketing. You have like lot of ways to attract audiences to create reach for your business. Now, through these reach building channels, you will be able to drive customers to your online presence. You will be able to drive customers to your website. Now, what happens like if you're like what kind of what type of businesses could be there? Like what could be their objective? It could be generating leads. It could be making customer do transaction online. Maybe converting customer into a free trial customer, like making them sign up for the free trial, or certain other action that is desired by a particular business. Now, what happens is like just 2 to 3% customer or visitors, to be precise, just 2 to 3% visitors among all who visited your website converts off. So either into transacting customers, either they sign up, either they uh, sign up for the free, they start the free trial, depending on what's the objective. So just 2 to 3% customers, visitors to be precise. Sorry, guys. So just 2 to 3% visitors of the overall who visited your website will be doing the desired action by you. Now, what happens with the rest of them? So let's take a quick survey to understand it, guys. Guys, for you, what is the ratio of you visiting a e-commerce website to doing a transaction? How many visits do you do on an average in a month to, let's say, uh, how many times you visit e-commerce websites in a month? And how many transaction do you do? Like, what is your ratio of visiting the website to converting there? Can I get quick responses, guys, on this? For me, like it's around 8 is to 1 or 10 is to 1. Okay. For Vipin, it's 1 is to 1. He is the most demanded guy by all the businesses. 10 is to 2, 10 is to 1, 10 is to 1, 7 is to 1, 5 is to 1, 10 is to 2. A rough estimate works, guys. Like, you don't need to be too accurate. Like, don't need to think through and spend time. Okay. So for most of you, it's 5 is to 1, 7 is to 1, 10 is to 1. Now, tell me one thing. What you're doing when you're not transacting on an e-commerce website? What all are the things you're doing when you're not transacting on e-commerce website, guys? Okay, window shopping, going through the offers. You're comparing products, browsing through new categories, researching about particular products, going through user reviews and all. So what happens is, like in the digital world, just 2 to 3% customer converts your des- into the desired customer list. Like just 2 to 3% of the visitors do the desired action. Now rest of them drops off because they were looking for some information and not to buy products. Now, what do you think, guys? Should we stay in touch with these customers who drops off, who visited our website, but were in the research mode, and after looking for information, they dropped off? Should we stay in touch with them? Should a business stay in touch with them? Yeah. So each one of you are saying yes. So there are two ways of staying in touch with them. First is remarketing on retargeting ads. Second one is audience aggregation. So you must have seen certain remarketing display ads, like including from Digital Vidya, from various businesses in your life, like particularly in last 2 3 years, you must have seen a lot of remarketing display ads from different businesses, depending on which websites you visited. Now that's one way of staying in touch. Another way is to aggregate audiences. Let's say you, before customer drops off, you ask for their email address by providing them with certain incentives so that they could provide you with your valuable information. So basically, in a way, Digital Vidya is aggregating audiences through a lot of ways on the website, from a opportunity given to customers to sign up for the free orientation session, to when you try to download curriculum, the website asks you for your email address. Now there are a lot of videos, case studies, industry reports that are being provided. There is an opportunity that is being provided to visitors to sign up for the webinars. So these are the ways to aggregate audiences. These are not the people who have signed up for the course, but before that itself, we are able to provide them certain incentives so that they could provide us with their email address. Now, what is the importance of audience segregation, or what are the upsides of audience segregation over remarketing? Before that, let's take up a simple example to understand what can we do if we are able to aggregate audiences. So, what are the possibilities for a business if they are able to aggregate audiences? So, let's take up a small example, guys. Like, are you aware about Gadi.com? Cardeko.com, Carwale.com, guys. You must have heard about these car portals. So Gadi.com is a similar platform, okay, which is into selling, like, which is a portal for auto cars. Like they have a marketplace for used cars, as well as they sell and facilitate new cars as well. So let's say we are in new car division of Gadi.com. Okay, we are digital marketing team of Gadi.com. If we are particularly marketing and improving ROI for the customers who are looking for new cars. Okay, that's the division we are optimizing for, to keep it simple. Now, there are few customers who visited our website today morning, there is few information that we have about them based on the web analytics tool and based on aggregation that we were able to do. So there were five customers. Okay, there was Gautam who visited the website. There was Apeksha. There was Prateek. There was Abhijit, and there was Rahul. So these were the five customers who visited our website today, and they aggregated with us as well. That's how we know their name. Okay. Now, what were the pages that they visited? Okay. In case of Gautam, he was on the blog page of cars under 4 lakhs. Then he went on to the search page, put down a filter for cars under 4 lakhs. Okay. Then he dropped off after that. In case of Apeksha, she was visiting the page for Swift. Then she visited the page for Figo. Now we have another information. What was the visit number for each one of these? In case of Gautam, it was his first visit to Gadi.com. In case of Apeksha, it was her fourth visit to Gadi.com. Now, in case of Prateek, what he did was like he went to the page for Creta, then he booked a test drive, and it was his seventh visit. In case of Abhijit, he visited the homepage of Gadi.com and then dropped off. Okay. Now, in case of Rahul, he visited the blog page like best upcoming cars. And for him, it was his like 17th visit. In case of Abhijit, it was his first visit, obviously. So this is the data that we have. Like we were able to aggregate all these customers. These are the pages that they visited. This is the number of visit that they were having. Now, since we were able to aggregate them, now basically we want to stay in touch with these customers because they are in their journey of looking out for a car. Now, that's why that's what really could be the reason they visited Gadi.com. Now we could reach out to them, we could remarket them through display ads. Now that is one part. Now let's say if we've aggregated them and through emails we can reach out to them. What could be the content that if we provide to each one of these customers, we will be able to refunnel them and reinforce the credibility of the solution that Gadi.com provides. So, guys, what information do you think if we provide to Gautam, it could help him in his decision making step? So, one thing we need to understand is customer is primarily in the research mode. Okay, we need to provide them with the right information, help them in their research so that they could be moved forward in the overall buying funnel. So, guys, in case of Gautam, we clearly understand like he was looking for cars under 4 lakhs. He went on to the content page reading about it. Then he went on to the search page, looked out for cars under 4 lakhs, and scrolled down to all the options and then left off. Now, what do you think could be the information if we provide to Gautam? It could help him in decision making. Anything you could think of, guys? Okay, list of cars under 4 lakhs. Good suggestion, but the limitation, Rajiv, is like there are 20 cars under 4 lakhs. Will you send all the cars? Jaspreet, are you talking about USPs of Gaadi.com on the cars that are there under 20 under 4 lakhs? USPs of the car. So again, the limitation is there are 20 cars, let's say. Now, how to, like, will you, if you send content to Gotham about all those cars, like it will be too much content for him. How to select which few, like how to select those few cars to do comparison? Okay, Bhavya, that's a good message that can cars worth 6 lakhs now available for under 4 lakhs. But what other information can you provide? Top 4 best selling cars. Okay, good suggestion. Offers. Now, guys, one of the things that we need to decide is like, uh, now, what is the journey that a customer have when he or she is looking for a car? First, they decide their budget. Now, within that budget, they want the best car, which suits their expectation. Like certain people may have expectation of high mileage, efficiency, and all. Certain people have expectation of luxury. Like within that particular budget, they want the best experience. Certain people have a knack of taking cars of certain brands which have high after sales service, high quality after sales service. So there are different ways, but once you fix up the budget, it's the best car that people want to buy. So at least not till the decision making stage, when people are comparing, people will not be comparing for offers. Take details of car, mileage. Anamika, the only issue is like there are 20 cars, guys. Cars with highest exchange bonus or lowest EMI. Okay. Few pics of the cars. Article comparing two best cars under 4 lakhs. Okay. So one of the challenge here is, guys, like there are 20 cars available. Now we need to decide what's the next stage for Gotham. Next stage for Gotham is to like if we are able to successfully confine his research to just two or three cars. That's the stage, guys. So that he could compare those two, three cars in very detail and could move to the next stage. So basically for now, when he have a budget of 4 lakhs and he is open to explore, out of 20 cars, we need to provide him with certain information that could restrict his research or that could refine his research to just two or three options that fits into his requirements. Can we say that, guys? Now, one of the things that I think of is like putting up bestseller cards or most sold cars based on last year may not really work well because there are 20 options and each one of those have their unique possibilities. Okay. Now, one of the thing I could think of is like, let's say we need to provide information and we need to provide, when we are providing comparisons, we need to provide lesser information so that customer could go through, and we need to provide information in a way where customer could understand the credibility of it. So one of the thing is like we could have a auto car expert, like we could have a article blog by him or her on best cars under 4 lakhs. So basically what happens is like there are a lot of auto car experts, like independent auto car experts. Now we could get one to write an article on best cars under 4 lakhs where he could create different categories of expectation that people have who have a budget of less than 4 lakhs. What are the features that they look for and what are the options that are available? So two, three categories, one person could look at mileages. Let's say another segment is looking at a bit more luxury within the segment. And the third one could be like more focused on after sales service and the overall experience. Another segment could be more on resale value. So these could be major points, major five, four, 5 points that or this guy could explain and address in this particular article, and could tell customer like which are the cars which falls for each one of these criterias, so that customer get an overview of what the overall ecosystem is like, and then could be in a better position to take the decision to which car to move ahead with. Will that help, guys? A blog by auto car expert on best cars under 4 lakhs, talking about major important points that customers have who have a budget of less than 4 lakhs, and discussing all the options and refining, helping in refining the research by customers. Now, another thing is like what we could do is obviously we could share content around like user reviews and all, but that again have a limitation in terms of there are 20 options, like at least 2 3 reviews about a car is required to build up credibility. So you can't send 50 60 reviews in an email. Now we could talk about USPs of Gaadi.com as a platform to research for your car, to get the best car for yourself. So that's again will reiterate the importance of Gaadi.com in customer journey of finding the best car for themselves. Will that help, guys? I think more things will be clear once we go through the every stage. So let's say in case of Apeksha, she visited the page for Swift and Figo. So we understand she had researched a lot and have now uh, restricted her research to just two options, which is Swift and Figo. Now, what do you think would be the right content, guys, if we provide to Apeksha, it could help her in decision making? Now, ultimately, what we want each one of them is to buy the car from our preferred dealers on Gaadi.com platform. Now, what could be the content if we provide to Apeksha? Do you think she will be able to move to the next stage in the buying funnel? Guys, can I expect response? Will come to a conclusion, will come to a decision making step, will come to clarity, but whatever is coming to your mind, you can put up in the chat box. Now, offers could be a good suggestion, but maybe like anything else you could think of. Limited offers for a certain period, feature comparison, arrange a test drive, limited offers, okay. Comparative price of Gaadi.com and other platforms, comparison offers related to cars, certified cars with warranty and post sale service. Now, one of the suggestion is we need to get detailed comparison. Okay, now since she is looking for just 2 cars, she have confined over a period of time. She have refined her search and just came up with these 2 final cars. So we need to provide her with detailed comparison between Swift and Figo and their variants. So we need to include variants, guys, because variants will have different price points, different features, different USPs and all. So not only we need to provide comparison between the brand and the overall category, but we need to provide comparison between Swift and Figo with their variants as well, which includes price points, so that customer could compare at what price point what they're getting. There are various variants like diesel or petrol variants, automatic variant as well is there for certain cars and all. So we need to provide detailed comparison of these variants. Will that help, guys? A call to action for booking test drive, that's important. So the moment customer goes through the detailed comparison, they will be at a stage where they want to book a test drive, like they could be pushed to book a test drive. And to reinforce, maybe more uh, content could be like user reviews could help in this stage, because here, like, we'll be just talking about we just include 5 reviews of Swift, 5 reviews of Figo to make customer understand, could that could really make customers see themselves in the picture by understanding through other people's review who have purchased the car, on how their experience have been, what their expectation were. So this could help Apeksha in moving forward, in moving forward in the decision making process. Now, in case of Pratik, he visited the page for Creta and booked it test drive. Now, what do you think, guys, could be the information if you provide to Pratik that could really help him in decision making? Anything you could think of? Here, that's the right time to show as many offers, discounts, all the favorite things of people in the market, like offers, discounts, loan options, EMIs, like whatever incentivization is available, because that will really trigger the customer to purchase the product sh- immediately. So this is the right moment of incentivizing users. Now, what else? Will a comparison between various brands in this category, in the XUV category of cars between 10 to 15 lakhs, comparison of after sales service, maybe add-ons that are available. Will that help, guys? Can that help customers? And user reviews. Now, user reviews could be of two categories, like for of people who have booked a test drive, who have taken a test drive, uh, decided not to buy, then customers who decided to buy. So, right mix of user reviews of people who have taken a test drive of Creta. That could make Pratik understand like what he could expect. Bharat, are you talking about comparison of after sales service add-ons and all? Are we providing any comparison here? Like, okay, Anamika have a good point that comparison with other brands at this stage might again distract him. He is near the buying decision. Okay, that's a valid point as well, guys. So one of the basic thing, guys, you need to understand is like all these are subjective things. Okay, whatever I'm writing is not the best case scenario. Okay, now you always test with it, test with the right content, and we'll learn how to test it and what are the results that people got after testing out. From what content to present to how much should be the length of the content to how you should what should be the length of the landing page. Each one of these things are subjective, so there are multiple variants probably available. So let's say in case like you feel comparison of after sales service or add-ons may not add value, we could send two emails like variants with like different customers who are in the same segment as Pratik, and see like which one is giving better results, and based on that we could move ahead. So offers, discounts, loan options, and maybe user reviews of creator. Does that help? Now let's say in case of Abhijit, guys, what could be the content if we provide to Abhijit that could help him in his journey? So he visited the home page and then dropped off. Okay, that's a great suggestion, Nikita. So basically, we don't know Abhijit's preferences. We don't know if he requires a car or not. But the best case is like he is a potential customer where he is looking out for a car. But we have no other information on based on which we could customize the content. So one of the thing is we could talk about is USPs of Gadi.com. So that to recreate how that particular customer could use Gadi.com as a platform to buy the car, and user reviews of Gadi.com. Just a minute, guys. Yeah. So this could help in building up the credibility, making customer understand what exactly they will be able to achieve by looking for cars at Gadi.com platform. Now, what do you think could be the content if you provide to Rahul that could help him? Now, from the data that we have, we understand that Rahul is a car enthusiast. He is not a potential customer, but at certain point at a later stage, he may be. So we could leverage the customers who are car enthusiasts to generate readership for the content that we're writing about. So one of the way could be like sharing newsletters to Rahul, which contains the latest blog post. That could help him. So one of the things that you could see from each one of like these customers' journey is and the content we are able to share. Once you are able to aggregate audiences, you can send customized and personalized information to customers. Okay. Now, let's say in case of Gotham, if you haven't provided this information, Gotham would have again gone on Google search for like certain queries to get the best cars under 4 lakh again, and may have got to a competitor's website, or we may have been able to get him back through search engine marketing ad, but it could have incurred cost. Okay. Now through email, if you are able to provide him with the right information with a good call to action, not only will be able to build the credibility because providing him with information proactively will do that, we'll be able to convert him off over a period of time. So we'll be able to make him revisit the website. So it's all about proactively reaching out to customers depending on the stage they were in before they dropped off, so that to refunnel them, to re-engage them with the content, with the information. Is this example clear, guys? Now, when we talk about, is this example clear, guys? If you have any questions. So basically, let's say, so it was really important just to show you a glimpse of what kind of personalization can we do if we aggregate audiences, guys, so that you have a better understanding. It's a slow and very initial level example which took a lot of time, but it just to make sure that you understand how you can leverage if you aggregate audiences. Now, how audience aggregation is different from remarketing? Can you tell me, guys, based on you already understand what retargeting and remarketing is? You must have seen display ads and you just saw like what can we achieve if we aggregate audiences. So, what are the differences that you were able to see? Like these are two ways of staying in touch with customers. So, one of the basic difference in case of audience aggregation is as compared to remarketing, where you could just show customers display ads. Okay, in case of display ads, you have limited space to provide information to customers. At best, you could involve a call to action and a brand message, or maybe a call to action and a coupon code. That's the maximum information. But if you aggregate audiences, let's say over email, you're able to provide detailed information that could help customers in their decision making process. So, remarketing display ads could at best work as a reminder or as a medium to incentivize users, but can never be utilized as a medium to provide information to help customers in their decision making. It could help customers in triggering by discounting or by reaching out to customers by providing them with the right call to action. But you can't provide information to customers. You can't help customers in their decision making process. With audience aggregation, you could provide highly personalized and customized information to customers based on their individual journey. And that's a huge difference. Now, second major difference is like in case of free marketing, it's based on cookies. So basically, you're restricted to a particular browser, to a particular device. Like only if a customer will be visiting from a particular device, like let's say I visited digitalvidya.com from Chrome browser on my Mac right now. Now, Digital Vidya will be able to remarket to me only on the Chrome browser because it's based on cookies. Now, nowadays, like because you're logged into Google across different browsers and all, Google is able to track you across devices as well as across browsers. So that's a different scenario. But by default, if you're talking about remarketing in general, it's based on cookies. So it restricts you to a particular browser or a device. So you will be able to remarket to customers only those browsers. Now, in case of email, you're able to reach out to customers across devices, across browsers. And the major difference, the third difference, which is the major difference, is in case of display remarketing ads, let's say you're visiting economicstimes.com, you're seeing Digital Vidya's ad. Now, your primary content that you're engaging is the news article. Okay. These display ads are the secondary content you may be engaging with. In case of email, if you have aggregated audiences, if customer opens the email, that's the primary content that they are engaging with. So their attention, their response rate, their engagement rate will be much, much more higher in case of email as compared to display campaigns. So these are three major differences between remarketing ads and audience aggregation. Guys, are these three examples clear? Rajiv, which one you were not able to get? Like first example was like the personalization that you could do, the information that you could send to customers. In case of display ads, at best you could incentivize users or you could provide a right call to action. You can provide information that we just talked about in case of Gadi.com. At best, what we would have been doing was like, just a minute, guys. So at best, what would we have been doing like is like showing ads to all these customers, display ads to bring them back to Gadi.com platform irrespective of their journey. We were not doing any customization. Or maybe at best we could create five different ads and could run it for customers. Let's say you have 20,000 customers, you will have at least 5,000 unique journeys of customers. So we can't create unique ads for each one of those customers. In case of audience aggregation, you will be able to do it in a highly personalized way. You could send customers the right information. So that is the first difference. Second difference is like in case of remarketing is based on cookies and also it's dependent on a particular browser or a device. It's restricted to it. it. In case of email, it's cross device, cross browser. And the major difference, third difference is like in case of email, that's the primary content customer is engaging with. In case of remarketing ads, it's the secondary content, like like the news article or the blog page will be the primary content that customer will be engaging with. Your display ads, display remarketing ads will be the secondary content customer may engage with. And that's where in terms of engagement, like just to give you a brief perspective, like typically for display ads your CTR varies from 0.2% to 0.5%. On case of mobile ads, like it could go up to 0.8 to 1% at max. In case of emails, we'll see a CTR of 25 to 30%. As we move forward, like we'll see a lot of examples, we'll see the campaigns where a business was able to generate CTR of 25 to 30%. And that's a huge upside in terms of engagement that a medium like email provides you if you aggregate the audiences there and then provide the right information. Are these examples clear now, Rajiv? Okay, that's great. So basically, whenever you're building up online presence, coming back to the digital marketing framework, guys, like whenever you're building up a website, you have multiple reach building channels to bring customers to your website. Now, the thing is, just 2 to 3% customers converts and then do the desired action that you want them to do. Rest drops off in between. So, but these are valuable customer. We did a quick survey among ourselves. We saw that we are primarily in the research mode. Basically, we are discovering new products, looking for information and all. So it will be really helpful if we stay in touch with these customers, because these are the customers who could convert over a period of time. Now, there are two ways of staying in touch: remarketing, retargeting, and audience aggregation. So we saw the difference between each one of these. Now, in the digital world, we want to track each and every aspect of our customer journey so that we could optimize for more conversions. So basically, we need to understand like what are the steps customer are taking in their journey and what is making them convert off. So basically, we could optimize customer journey accordingly. Now, one of the example I could give you on conversion optimization, like one of the simplest example is on Amazon.in product page, guys. Guys, how many call to actions are there on Amazon.in product page through which customer could buy a product? Like, how many call to actions are there? 8 to 10, Anamika? There are 8 to 10 call to actions, like for customer to buy a product, which is the one, guys. What about add to cart? Isn't that a call to action for customer to buy a product? Guys, can I quickly get responses? Like, I think back to it. Okay. Anything else? Anything more granular that you could think of? If you want to create a list of product that you want to buy, add to wish list is the right call to action. Now, basic difference between buy now and add to cart is there for customers who are there to buy more than one product. So if you're on Amazon.in and if you want to buy more than one product, add to cart is the right option, where you create your cart by adding multiple products and then at once you do a transaction. Buy now is the call to action through which you could buy a single product. If you're there on the website to buy a single product, you click on buy now. If you click on buy now, it will be a three-step journey for you. You click on buy now, you will go to the address page, uh, you will go to the payment page then. So it's for the customer who are there to buy a single product. We just believe that add to cart is for doing comparison and creating a list and comparing products and all. But by definition, by functionality, by basic functionality, it's the objective is to provide an opportunity for customers who are there to buy more than one product. So you could try it after today's session, guys, or in during the break. Like, you could try it, go on the website and see the functionalities. So basically, if customer is there to buy more than one product, add to cart is the right call to action. Now, if you're there to buy a single product, and if you click on add to cart, it will be a 5 steps journey. Okay. So basically, what Amazon did is Amazon must have saw lot of customers coming to the website to buy a single product. So they created buy now as a call to action, so that customer who are there to buy a single product could complete their journey within 3 clicks rather than going 5 clicks. First adding product to cart, then viewing cart, then placing order, then address, then payments. Okay. So that's the basic, like one of the basic philosophy in the digital world is lesser the number of clicks that you want your customer to do to transact, more is the conversion rate. Like, lesser the friction in customer journey, lesser the number of clicks, higher will be your conversion rate. So when you're tracking each and every aspect of a customer journey, when you have a lot of data, you will be able to generate insights and then will be able to optimize customer journeys accordingly. So Bharat, that could be a point, but by intrinsic functionality, buy now is for customers who are there to buy a single product. You can't add more than one product with buy now. So that's a difference. So this was one example to give you a glimpse of, like, if you are able to track data, how you can optimize customer journey accordingly to get better conversion rate. Now, another aspect is converting leads into sales. So let's say people have signed up for your free trial, or you were able to successfully generate leads for your business. Now, how to convert them into sales? So basically, you need to make customers understand what your solution is all about, how exactly fits into the requirements that customer have, and based on that, convert leads into sales. So these are 4 aspects of digital marketing framework, guys. Inbound marketing talks about each one of these. That's where I was talking about. Through inbound marketing, you're able to look at customer journey from different angles and then help customer in moving forward and converting them off. So basically, phase one of inbound marketing is attracting and aggregating audiences. So what you're doing is you're building reach for your business, and before customer drops off who are primarily in the research mode, you want to aggregate them so that you could refunnel them. So this is phase one of inbound marketing, how you can attract and aggregate audiences. Phase two of inbound marketing is conversion optimization. So when you're tracking each and every aspect of your customer journey, and when you reached a saturation in terms of traffic that you could generate, how you can optimize customer journey to create better conversion rate, how you can create conversion oriented landing pages, what are the important factors customers around customer psyche that you could really take care of while building up website and website journey for your customers to get better conversions. And phase 3 of inbound marketing is how you can convert leads into sales over their life cycle. So life cycle emails is phase 3 of inbound marketing. So through inbound marketing, you're able to work upon different aspect of customer journey end to end, so that to get better ROI altogether. And because of working on 360 degree customer journey, there is a huge ROI that you are able to improve with inbound marketing as compared to any other channel. So as we move forward, session one is making you understand like what inbound marketing is. Then we'll start with how you can build reach for your business. Okay, so this is part of session one. Session two is all about audience aggregation. We'll see like in what ways businesses are using audience aggregation? In what ways are they able to engage these aggregated audiences for? What are the upsides of aggregating audiences? Then we'll see like what are the channels to aggregate audiences, how you can create content strategy to re-engage customers, what are the tools and techniques that you could implement. So that part of session 2. In the session 3, now, in the session 3, we'll be learning about conversion optimization. We'll understand what are the important factors around customer psyche that if we know, we'll be able to better optimize customer journey on the website. We'll see like how we can build up conversion oriented landing pages, how we can increase engagement on our website. So that's part of phase 2 of inbound marketing that we'll discuss in session number 3. And in the session number 4, we'll conclude with understanding how we can generate leads and convert them into sales over a period of time. So basically with life cycle emails, how we can nurture customers over their life cycles to drive them towards sales. In what ways life cycle emails are being used by various marketers. What kind of content really appeals in case of B2B and B2C businesses? We'll learn about drip email marketing campaigns. We'll take 2 detailed case studies in the last session to understand a, how lifecycle emails could be set up for a business. And then at the end of the session, we'll take up a business case ourselves to discuss like to build a strategy, lifecycle email strategy for a business. So that's about digital marketing framework. That's about what inbound marketing is all about and what we'll learn, what will be the structure of learning in this module. So guys, any questions, doubts that you have based on what we have discussed till now? So Bharat, I have a question. Can we target people only when they are searching for us? So Bharat, obviously, like you will learn in search engine marketing, like we'll be able to target customers based on what they are searching, based on the keywords that people are searching. So you will learn more about that in search engine marketing module. But we can obviously target customers based on what keyword they're searching for. Guys, do you have any questions or doubts based on what all we have discussed till now? Guys, are there any questions? Am I audible to you? Okay, thanks for responses. Now, moving forward, like how inbound marketing is really different from other channels. Like to give you a simple analogy, like if you want to catch bug, like you have this one tool, like this is a net that bug catcher net. You need to run behind bugs to catch them. With it- with like there is another solution like which emits light at a particular frequency which attracts bugs. So in the same way, like with every other channel, what you're doing is, uh, particularly with the mass media channels, you are reaching out to customers, like running behind them, running behind the mass audiences, figuring out who is the right customer for you. In case of inbound marketing, what you're doing is you're creating a pull factor for your business by providing the highly personalized information, by doing various things that we'll learn over next 4 sessions. You're creating a pull factor for your business which will attract customers who are interested in the solution that you provide. So it's inbound marketing is all about creating a pull factor for your business. Now, why inbound marketing is becoming more and more popular these days, or I will say why inbound marketing is becoming more and more critical for businesses these days. Let's understand, because role of customer in the buying process is changing. Now, this is a typical marketing funnel that is like uh, timeless. Like so, basically, you generate awareness for your solution or product that you have built up. The people who have a requirement will start considering your solution. They will look out for similar solution if they like yours. If they are able to find value in yours, they will look out for similar solution in market, set up preferences, based on what fits into their requirements, and based on what exactly makes sense for them to purchase. They take action and then purchase a particular solution. If they like the product for a certain duration, they become loyal to it. If they like it beyond the expectations that they had, they become advocate of that particular product or solution. So this is a typical 6 stage funnel that could be valid for any business. So Vipin have a question like how inbound marketing is different from content marketing. So Vipin, as you must have seen in the digital marketing framework as well, like inbound marketing encompasses of every aspect of digital marketing, okay, including SEM, SEO, content marketing. So basically, content marketing overlaps with inbound marketing to a certain extent. But as we move forward, you will be able to see how like there is more to inbound marketing than just content marketing. So guys, are you able to hear me? Bhavya is facing some issue. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay. So basically, what we mean by advocacy is, Nikita, you must have seen like users suggesting like this is the best product to buy, people becoming advocate for particular solutions that they have bought and had a great experience with. Does that make it clear, Nikita? Okay. Now, in the older world, like a decade ago, like in the offline world particularly, what were the mediums of awareness? Like you had TV, radio, outdoor hoardings, newspaper ads. These were the primary medium through which businesses were doing awareness for the products that they have built up. Now, people used to visit the store or through direct mail and brochure. More information, more specific information was provided to customers so that they start considering a solution. Now, in the store, product test or comparison used to happen so that customer could come to a decision making stage. So if let's say you wanted to buy a mobile phone a decade ago, like you would have visited a store, compared few mobile phones, got to know about features and all, and then decided there and then itself to buy or not, or which one to buy. Same happened in case of if you want to buy a TV, fridge, washing machine, various other products. In the offline world, that was the typical journey. Like awareness was generated through TV, radio, outdoor hoardings. Consideration was set up by direct mail and brochure. Uh, Preferences were set up in store with product test and comparison. And an in-store purchase used to happen. That was the only way for customer to purchase your products. And to make you a loyal customer, to make you a returning customer, there used to be a reward card which used to provide you with certain points so that you could redeem those points in your next visit. So that was the typical journey in the older world, guys. Like a decade ago, this was the typical funnel that businesses used to follow. Now, in today's world, in the digital world, like what are the ways of generating awareness? It's primarily search, social media buzz, and blogs. Like you see, particularly in Western markets, which have a lot of penetration, search, social media buzz, and blogs are the only mediums of generating awareness. Like they have left out TV, hoardings, newspaper ads long ago. Uh, Now, with lot of penetration of internet coming up in Indian market as well, it will fade away over a period of time. Now, particularly for segment target for businesses who have a target user between 15 years of age to 30, digital medium is the primary medium for them to market. Okay. And then for them, for generating awareness, search, social media buzz, and blogs are the only ways, are the primary ways of generating awareness. Now, consideration is set up by online research or user reviews. Now, a lot of information is available in the digital world. That's a boon for every customer. They're able to do research online. They're able to go through user reviews to decide to consider which if a particular solution fits into the requirements or not. Preferences are set up by social networks, YouTube, basically YouTube video content, local searches. So these are the primary ways in which like primary mediums through which customers set up preferences. Action, like of purchasing a product, could be driven through discounts, group discounts. Purchase could happen online, in store, or on mobile phones. And in terms of loyalty, like if you like the experience of a particular product, or if you aspire to get a particular product, you friend that particular brand on Facebook, on Twitter. If you really like the content on a particular blog page or a website, you provide them with your email address so that you could receive newsletters directly in your mailbox. So in terms of loyalty, it's the connection, it's the medium that you create between the brand and you that matters, and which creates a lot of opportunity for customized upselling to customers. Now, advocacy, like in the offline world, advocacy was just limited to your neighborhood or your office colleagues. In the digital world, advocacy have really a large scale where you could provide your user reviews, you could provide links, you could like certain content on social platforms, you could help in generating social buzz about a particular brand. Now, this is the typical funnel in the digital world. Like in today's world, this is how the majority of the businesses are looking at marketing. Now, what is the basic difference that you're able to see between the older funnel and the new funnel, guys? Anything you could think of, guys? Any difference you could think of? Okay, reach. Reach was there in case of TV, radio, and outdoor. They had a huge penetration altogether. Like newspaper had a huge penetration, radio and TV had a ease of access is a good point, Rajiv. New funnel has more reach and more information. Okay, not maybe reach, but information. Like new funnel is all about information, guys. Like it's the backbone of the new funnel is information. In the offline world, it was the perception of the brand based on like there was very limited opportunity for businesses to provide information to customers. It was in a very limited span of time of a TV ad or a radio ad or through out of door hoardings. Like it was very limited content that customer had. And in terms of comparison and all, it used to happen in store. It was the sales guy who was driving customers and all. But in the digital world, it's purely democratic. Not only lot of information is available, but it's also democratic, like where it can't be influenced much. So the backbone of the new funnel is information. That is one. Second one is like it's more of a cyclic funnel than what it was. Like in the older world, it was a linear funnel, like step by step. You knew if you reach out to 1 crore people, you will be able to generate, let's say, 10,000 transaction, okay, in store. So 1 crore people will help you in setting up consideration for, let's say, 40 lakh people, okay, depending on your surveys and all. People will visit, like maybe 1 lakh people will visit your store, do product test comparison. Out of that, 10,000 people will convert off, or depending on season, depending on different categories, your conversion rate could be different, but it was a linear funnel altogether. Step by step, there was a strategy, there was a journey of customer. Now, in today's world, it it's more of a cyclic process, like, and then all of these steps are overlapping with others. Let's say the moment a customer buys a product, he or she shares that on social network. It will set up preferences for someone else. Like, these two steps are interlinked, but these two were not. And then these two are interlinked at a very large scale. So even if there was advocacy, there was some sort of leakages of information that was happening, but that were at a very small scale. In the digital world, like, more and more people buy, they review your product, and they get the better experience with you. More and more help it will do for other customers while they're doing online research, when they're going through user reviews to set up their to know more about the solution, to understand the solution. So basically, in the digital world, it became more of a cyclic funnel, and it's the backbone of the funnel is information, and it's the democratization of information that is available about a particular solution or a brand is what really matters in this case. So because it's all about information, as we discussed, like, uh, online audience, like, as we as digital user are primarily in the research mode. For us, like, visiting e-commerce website to doing transaction is 10 is to 1, 5 is to 1, 7 is to 1, that sort of a ratio. For some people it could be 20 is to 1, 100 is to 1, 50 is to 1 as well. So one thing we could conclude is, like, online audience are primarily in the research mode rather than buying mode. Now, if you like, if you take online users and if you plot a normalized graph of them, this is how it looks like. These are 2.5% customers who never converts off, who never do their transaction online, who are just who visit but never have intention to buy. These are 2.5% customers, 2.5, 2.8% customer who converts off within their first visit. Customers like Vipin, like, for whom, like, ratio is 1 is to 1 of visiting a website to doing transaction. So these are 2.5 to 2.8% customer. Every business is running behind these customers. They're spending huge amount of money on different marketing channels to get to these customers. What we are targeting, what really makes sense for a business is this majority. These are the people, 95% customers who visits your website but will drop off without transaction because they are primarily in the research mode. So majority of the customers are not ready to buy yet. They're primarily in the research mode. They're looking for the right information. And that what makes inbound marketing more and more critical for a business. So up to 95% prospects on your website are there to research, not to buy. But as many as 70% of them will either buy from you or from your competitors. So based on a study that was done, like, up to 95% of the people on your website are there to research, not to buy. They're looking for information, and each one of us could relate to the journeys that we have on various websites. Well, primarily looking for information, and then on at very few visits were the kind of visits where we wanted to transact. So, but as many as 70% of them will either buy from you or from your competitors. So there is a potential to convert 70% of these 95% qualified prospects. So that's a huge opportunity that any business have. Whereas any other channel, like, which you will learn or you would have learned, from social media marketing to SEM to display ads and various other channels, like, you are able to convert off just 2 to 3% customers. Like, that's the maximum conversion rate you get. The maximum could be like 4 to 5%, but your average will come around 2 to 2.5%. So that's the maximum number of people you're able to convert off. But with inbound marketing, you have a potential of converting of as many as 70% of the visitors that you have, by providing them with the personalized information, by providing them with the information and the right call to action, which could trigger a purchase action. So it's all about looking at customer journey, looking at 100% of your customers who visits your website, seeing through what they're looking at, what could be useful for them, and how you can create better ROI for your business. And that's where, because you're able to not only focus on just 2 or 3% customers, you're focusing on these 95% customers and looking for ways to convert these customers off. There is a huge ROI. When I talked about in the initial time, like about the huge ROI that inbound marketing provides, this is the reason why it provides, because nobody looks at customer journey at whole, and then nobody looks at these 95% customers. They're just optimizing for getting 2 to 3% customers who converts off. So in inbound marketing, as we move forward, guys, we'll learn about all these techniques and tools through which you will understand how to work on these 95% visitors who are primarily in the research mode, how to drive them towards transaction. So and that's where, like, not to burst the expectation, but like not to build up huge expectation, but basically, in case of inbound marketing, you will see certain campaigns which could give you a conversion rate of 15 to 20%. It's as high as that. So we'll see like how to create strategy according to for achieving these results. So guys, do you have any questions or doubts based on whatever we have discussed till now? So till now we understood like what inbound marketing is all about. We tasted it a bit. We understood like where does it fits into the overall digital marketing framework, and why it is critical for business to implement inbound marketing techniques and then strategy. Now, in the second part of the session, we'll start with understanding how to implement, like, we'll start with phase one of inbound marketing. So, guys, let's take a break for now. Break of 20 minutes, around 20 minutes. Let's regather at 11:50. Does that work, guys? Okay. So, let's gather at 11:50 for the second part of the session. In the meantime, if you have any questions or doubts, you can put that in the chat box. And once we regather at 11:50, I will take those questions up. Okay, guys, I think we could start our break now. understood like what inbound marketing is all about, what is the overall framework of digital marketing, and how does inbound marketing fits into that. We saw like what are the three phases of inbound marketing, and then we understood like why inbound marketing is getting critical for businesses. We saw like role of customer in the buying process is changing. Customer is primarily in the research mode rather than the buying mode, and information is the backbone of the new marketing funnel. So more information being available highly, if you're able to provide customized and personalized information to customers, you will be able to convert more people off. Now, in the digital world, personalization is possible at scale at almost minimum cost. Like almost at minute cost, you could do personalization at a scale. Like giving you a very small example, guys, we'll take up a lot of detailed examples. A small example is like in the offline world, like one of the example is of Hero Honda. Like Hero Honda used to send greeting cards to their owner of bikes. Okay, uh, now these guys who have bought purchased bikes from them, they used to send them greeting cards like wishing them birthday. Okay, there was a very big greeting card they used to send and all. Now there was a cost in procuring those greeting cards. There was a delivery cost. There was delivery failure ratio as well, because there was not great efficient delivery network that time, as well as addresses were not correct, and there was a lot of issue with landmark and various other things. So they used to incur huge cost in procuring these greeting cards, then sending them off. Even after that, there was a very bad delivery rate. Now, in the digital world, you could see every business wishing you a birthday either through SMS or email. So, basically, personalization, reaching out to customers with personalized information, is possible in the digital world at minute cost, almost at negligible cost. You are able to reach out to customers with highly personalized information at individual level. So, that's what really digital world open the opportunity for. Now, one of the simple example on that is of Hillsberg Diamond. Hillsberg Diamonds is a online jewelry platform. Now, they wanted to launch a new bracelet which customer could customize with their name. So usually what they do basically is like they used to send product images with the description of the product to customers through email, and that was making customer aware about the solution. Now, what did they do? They created an animated personalized promo in which, for every customer, the bracelet image was with their name. So they created animated personalized promo. So this email was, which you could see on my screen, was sent to Laura. So Laura could see like how this bracelet would look like with her name, so that she could decide instantly if she wants to buy this product. And this was simple animated personalized promo. They were able to see 288% increase in sales. That's a huge upside for the effort that were being put in, guys. Like just a simple animated personalized promo, they were able to see 288% increase in sales. So that's a huge upside that personalization provides. So personalization is the core in terms of how you're providing information to customers, and it's the core which drives the ROI altogether out of all of these things that we'll learn. Now, it's all about persuasion and making like basically it's all about persuasion tool and research availability, making information available to customers and then persuading them as they're moving forward from one stage to another. So basically, let's say the term in the digital, with using digital tech, if you're trying to persuade customers, the term is capitology. So basically, let's say going back to example, guys, like to attract customers, to build up credibility, like this is one example of a landing page of Flow. Now Flow is a team coordination and project management kind of a tool. Now can you go through this landing page and guys tell me like do you understand the solution? Will you be signing up for it? Like if you were in a place where you require a team coordination and project management kind of a tool, So basically, there are three parts of this landing page. First part is these five brands that are mentioned who uses Flow as a tool for team coordination, project management. Then within these six objective points, with this objective points, they're mentioning what are the capabilities of the solution that Flow provides. And there is a form on the right side which just requires your name and email, and just requires you to set a password to create your account. Now, mentioning the current customers that you have builds up the credibility in customers' mind. Out of these five brands, even if you know one or two, it will build up credibility of the solution that Flow provides. If you understand that Alamo or Shopify uses Flow as a tool for team coordination and project management, this is the tool to go for. Now, with these six objective points, they're able to clearly make customer understand the capabilities of the solution, and with a simple form, they're able to make more people sign up on it. So this is one example. Another example of like that was one example on like how you can really build credibility, play around with information on landing page to make it much more receptive for customers to go through it. Now, uh, this is another example like where of Kissmetrics from Kissmetrics. Kissmetrics is a web analytics tools, guys. It's a tool similar to Google Analytics for starters. We could say that it's similar to Google Analytics, but it, have few more features than that. It's a paid tool. They provide you with 14-day free trial. Okay. Now, Manas signed up on 14-day free trial. After that, didn't sign up. He didn't continue with the paid subscription. He received this email after his 14-day free trial got over from Bio Atwell, who is account executive at Kissmetrics. So basically, it's a highly personalized email, depending on like based on what Manas was going through. It's highly personalized email based on his journey. In the first half of the email, Bio Atwell is building up the conversation. In the second half of the email, he's providing multiple options for Manas to re-engage him. So in the first part, it says like, "I'm sorry, I haven't been able to reach you, but that's okay. We know how busy you can get. Please keep my contact info on file and let me know when it's more appropriate time to evaluate Kissmetrics for your site." Then in the second part of the email, it says like, "Feel free to reach out to me if you would like your trial reactivated. If you have any questions, if you would like to see a live demo of Kissmetrics, or if you would like to talk to someone about web analytics in general. Wish you the best. Hopefully, we can work together." So basically, what Atwell is doing is in the first half, it builds up the conversation. He is building up the conversation. In the second half, without pushing for sales, like you can't say anywhere Atwell is pushing Manas for sales. Without pushing for it, like he's providing multiple options for Manas to re-engage him. That's the objective. So, guys, will you be replying to this kind of an email? Let's say you were in place of Manas where you were looking out for a web analytics solution, and for some reason you're not able to continue with the paid subscription, and you receive this email. Will you be replying to this email? Now, guys, I'm the email. Now, few of you will reply to it, few of you will not, depending on the uh, thoughts that you had at that time while you're going through this email and the journey you had and the way you see the solution. But one thing is like with this kind of a personalized email, the response rate will increase. Now, this email is not sent manually. This is an automated email that was sent to customers who had a similar journey like Manas, customized with this just the first name of customer. So basically, with this simple personalized email, the response rate would have been great, and also the customer who received this email would had a personalized experience altogether. So as we move forward, particularly in the last session, we'll see like how we can create these kind of lifecycle automated emails, which are highly personalized but are automated. Now there are Bharat, with which other way can it go? Like one way is it could provide you with a good ROI. Do you think this email is creepy? Rajiv, it looks like creepy. What it uses is like you're using a tool, okay? Let's say you used a tool for 14 days. You had certain journey. Based on that journey, like Flipkart, like you purchase mobile phones from Flipkart, and Flipkart is sending you an email suggesting you cases and screen guard, tempered glass screen guard because you purchased that particular mobile phone. Is that creepy? Rajiv, let's say based on, so basically what we'll learn is like based on what action customer is doing, we want to send them personalized email. Okay. Now, let's say in case of Flipkart, you purchased a mobile phone. Okay. Let's say you purchased iPhone 7. Now, after 1 or 2 day, like Flipkart is sending you an email suggesting you tempered screen guards as well as few cases for iPhone 7. Is that creepy? They're just using the information, the actions that you have done on the website that they have to trigger, provide a right trigger to you. Or let's say you have added product to cart on Mentra.com, and if they are reaching out to you, making you, reminding you that you have few product added to your cart to complete your transaction, I don't think like it's highly personalized. That people could ignore it. There will be set of customers who will not find these emails useful. But I don't think, okay, you're talking about a particular account executive. In case of B2B businesses, it's driven by account executives. In case of B2C, you will always see a generic email address. Bharat, I think I got your concern. So only in case of B2B, it's driven by individual people because it makes more sense and it get more responses if you're sending emails from individual accounts as compared to marketing at kissmetrics.com. So see through that if this email was through marketing at kissmetrics.com or offers at kissmetrics.com or a generic email address, it would have not made that kind of an impact in customers' mind. So that's required in case of B2B to send it from individual account, and that gets more responses altogether. So I got your concern. I think that's because of B2B and B2C segment and how and what people expect. Now, guys, there are certain myths around inbound marketing. Like people are confused that if it's free or paid, like it's not about free versus paid. There are tools and techniques that comes at a cost. There are tools and techniques that are available free of cost. As I mentioned, it's creating strategy and mostly it's very cost effective altogether, and it provides with huge ROI, which is uncomparable to any other channel. Now, that is one part. It's not about free versus paid. It's all about looking at customer journey and seeing what you need to do to make it more efficient for customer, and then working on it. Second point is like it's just not restricted to reach building. Like people have this notion that inbound marketing is a great way to build reach for your business, but it's just not restricted to reach building. It's as much as a sales strategy as it is a reach building strategy. That's why I started making this point clear in the initial slide itself in the digital marketing framework. It's not just about building reach for your business. It's just not about aggregating audiences. It's as much as a sales strategy. It's all about looking at customer journey from attracting audiences to converting them off into sales. So it's not just restricted to reach building, guys. It's as much as a sales strategy as it is a reach building strategy. Now, the third and the major confusion that people have or the myth around inbound marketing People are confused basically between what inbound marketing technique is, what is an inbound marketing technique, what is an outbound marketing technique. And then there are a lot of, like, there's no absolute inbound marketing technique, or there's no absolute outbound marketing technique. So by definition, if you want to look at, like, outbound marketing techniques are where you have no information about customers, you're reaching out to mass audiences with a generic message. Okay, you have no because you have no information about customers preferences, you have no information about customers. So TV, radio, out of door hoardings, newspaper ads, all these mediums are through which you're reaching out to mass audiences with a generic message. Okay. Now, inbound marketing techniques are like where you have information about customers, like what we saw in case of Kissmetrics, or what we saw in case of Hillsburg Diamond. Like, you had information about customers and you were able to do personalization. But there is no absolute level in both of these. Like in case of TV, radio, and outdoor hoardings as well, you have certain understanding. Like, okay, this is the demographic of people. These are the demographic parameters of the people who watch this particular TV channel. So you are able to customize to a certain extent, but not personalized at individual level. Okay, but it's not a very generic message, because let's say on Times Now there will be a very different ad as compared to Star Sports. People, like businesses, will select depending on what fits into their TG. Okay, so there's a bit of customization there as well, but it's not highly personalized. So it's part of outbound in that way. In case of let's say you're sending emails to customers, like what we saw in example of Kissmetrics, but that may not be relevant for a certain section of audiences which has a similar journey. People may have just signed up anyways, and it's irrelevant for them. It's a irrelevant email for them. So however much you may do personalization, there is always a scope of doing much more personalization. There's always a scope to look at, to get much more personalized data of customers. So no technique is 100% inbound or outbound. All are in between, but you could easily select the ones where you're reaching out to customers with a generic message, where you're doing a bit of personalization at individual level. Are these 3 points clear, guys? Okay, that's great. Now let's start with understanding the first phase of inbound marketing. As I discussed, like there are three phases of inbound marketing. Phase one being like attracting and aggregating audiences. Phase two being conversion optimization. Phase three being life cycle emails. So we'll start with part one of phase one, that is how to attract audiences, how to build reach for your business. Now, to build reach for your business, you need to understand what are the reach building channels that are available. So there are outbound marketing reach building channels, there are inbound marketing reach building channels. As we have discussed already several times, that outbound marketing reach building channels are through which you are buying attention of your customers through cold calling, direct paper mail, radio, TV advertisements, sales flyer telemarketing, spam mails, events, and all. So these are outbound marketing reach building ways. Inbound marketing reach building ways are through blogging, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, generating email opt ins, creating communities on social media, content marketing through webinars, videos, white papers are inbound marketing reach building ways through which you are able to attract audiences who are interested in the solution that you provide. Outbound marketing reach building ways are you're reaching out to mass audiences, you're reaching out to everyone with a generic message, looking out for the right customer. So, guys, are these two categories of reach building ways clear to each one of you? Like, if you have any questions or doubts, guys, on any aspect of what we are discussing in the session, feel free to ask at that time itself. Yes, Val. So let's take a few examples on how these businesses were able to create reach for their business at almost zero cost. How they were able to leverage the digital world to attract audiences. Before that, I want to introduce you to a tool. Guys, are you aware about similarweb.com? Okay, not yet. Let me introduce it to you. It's a great tool for market research as well as competitor analysis. So basically, you could go to similarweb.com, type in any website. So it provides you with a lot of information about any website that you type in. So let's say for flipkart.com, what kind of information does it provide? Let's see. So in the first screen, you could see it provides you with global rank, country rank, and category rank. That's not of much use. If you scroll down, it provides you, this is pretty useful data, like it provides you with traffic overview. The last 6 months, month over month visits. So last month they got 232 million visits. Bharat, like number, like in terms of traffic within India, Flipkart is the ninth website. Globally, they are 156, and in category, which is e-commerce, they are 14th. Is that clear? Okay. Now, this is the important information. So it gives you, this graph gives you like in 2017, what was the visits, like how it's changing month over month for last 6 months. It gives you overview of the total visits. So last month, like on the right side, they give you a few engagement metrics, like total visits last month were 232 million. Average visit duration was 6 minutes 53 seconds. Pages per visit were 9. Bounce rate was 26.66. So you are able to understand what kind of engagement rate is there on flipkart.com. Okay. Now, if you scroll down, okay, I got the question that always comes up. What is bounce rate? So, a bounce rate is, guys, where let's say, who will be a bounce customer? Uh, People who will visit flipkart.com, who will land onto a page and will exit the journey from the same page itself without interacting with the website. Let's say I open similarweb.com without typing in anything. If I close similarweb.com, I will be a bounced customer. Okay. So bounce rate is number of people who didn't interact with the website to number of total visitors. Okay, what is the ideal bounce rate? Ideal bounce rate for most of the websites you will see, like, or if you want to benchmark, is between 30 to 35%. So only this month, like Flipkart was able to beat that, but otherwise they were in range of 33 to 35 itself. Same happens in case of Amazon, majority of the websites across world. So ideal is like you want to optimize it further to 10-15%, but usually on average benchmark through benchmarking you will see it comes around to be 30 to 35%. Now if you scroll down, guys, you get distribution of traffic. Bhavya, as you could see, 232 million visits is for the last month. Okay, September 2017, 232 million visits. August 2017, 178.5 million visits. Guys, you could explore, like, let's take a overview. Let's not uh, get stuck here because we'll lose out on time. Yes. So it depends, Bharat. Like if the definition of bounce customer or definition of interaction is scrolling, then you will not be counted at bounce, like, which is what most of the businesses started doing, or most of the tracking tool also have started doing it. Okay, where even if you have scrolled down, you will be a non-bounce customer. Only those customers who land onto a page and doesn't scroll down as well are considered bounce. So there are different definitions of it, like certain people do it based on URLs. Only when a customer have clicked a action which have made them go through a different URL or a different page, only then that customer will be non-bounce customer. Everyone else, let's say on a home page there is a video. If you click on the video, play the video, and spend 5 minutes and then exit the page, you will be still considered as a bounce if you are tracking bounce customer based on pages, URLs. If you're doing it based on action customer is doing, you will not be a bounced customer because you have clicked on the video and played it and all. In certain cases, in the same way, like scrolling down is also considered as an interaction. So it depends like how you're defining the interaction. In general, it's the click that people consider. Like in case of Google Analytics or similar web and all, it's the click that these tools. That's the standardization that's being there in the industry. Now coming back to the tool, guys, like if you scroll down, it gives you distribution of traffic based on geography. Flipkart being the only market that India being the only market that Flipkart is in. It's evident from here. Evident from here in terms of traffic. Now, this is the most important information that you get from SimilarWeb. I want to spend time here. So this gives you distribution of traffic based on sources. So out of 232 million visits that Flipkart got last month, what percentage of visits came directly to the website? How many of them came through referrals? How many of them came through search? How many of them came through social? How many of them came through emailers? And how many of them came through display campaigns? So this give you an overview of like where a particular business is focusing on, which channel they are able to generate demand, how every month over month, it's fluctuating. For the last month, for August, like we can't see in retrospect on this tool, but last month when I saw data, uh, display was contributing to almost 7.2% of the overall traffic, which is now coming, which came down now to 3.54. So basically, you will see these numbers changing month over month, and then it will you will be able to judge and see like how the strategy is being changing and these businesses end. So this gives you a pretty much number. So guys, are you aware about each one of these sources because this is required? Anamika, direct is like people typing flipkart.com in their browser and coming to the website directly. So 43.99% of the overall traffic is coming directly to the website. Uh, so for every website which have more than 10-15,000 visits a month continuously for 2-3 months, and like for any website which have more than 2 3 like 10,000 15,000 visits a month, similar web tracks that and then shows you data for it, so you can get it for any website. Now search is pretty evident, guys, like all the visits that get generated through search engines. Social is like all the visits that get generated through social platforms. Emails is like again all the visits that get generated through emails and display banner ads. Referral is like all the websites, like from blog post to coupon based websites, all the third party website other than what have been covered here, all the channels. Other than that, like all the websites which are driving traffic. If you from coupondunia.com, if you click on the link for copying the coupon code and if you're redirected to flipkart.com, that visit will be categorized as a referral visit. So referrals contribute to 13.89% of the overall traffic. So this is how the distribution looks like. Now, if you scroll down, this gives you like out of the overall referral traffic, what were the top five websites which drove traffic to Flipkart.com. And it gives you additional data of the destination websites that people visited after visiting Flipkart.com. Now, all these information that you could see on my screen is available with the free version of the tool. In the paid version, you get much more detailed information, like you could see more than five referring websites here. Now, if you scroll down, it gives you out of the overall search traffic, how much of that is organic, how much of that is paid. So 79.29% of the overall traffic is organic, 20.7% or 71% of the overall traffic is paid. Bharat, it doesn't give you any conversion data. It doesn't give you any business data as such, but it gives you website analytics level data. Now it gives you like what are the top five keywords that are driving organic traffic, what are the top five keywords that are driving paid traffic. In terms of social as well, it gives you an idea like uh, it gives you like what are the channels that are contributing, what is the contribution of individual channel in the overall social traffic. In terms of display ad as well, like who are the top publishers, who are the top ad networks that Flipkart is working with, and how much is their traffic share. Now, at some domain level as well, Flipkart have several subdomains for seller, affiliate, and various other things. So, what is the contribution of traffic that each one of these individual subdomains have to the overall player? Now, coming back to referrals, Nikita, I have a question. What is the difference between referral sites and destination sites? As the name mentioned, Nikita, referral websites are websites which are referring customers to Flipkart.com. So websites where people are clicking on the link in the on the websites to come to Flipkart.com. So let's say there is a blog page where there is a book review. Okay, to buy that particular book, there is a link provided at the end of the blog post of a Flipkart. People clicking on that link. Coming to Flipkart.com will be categorized as referral, and that website will be referring website. What happened in case of DC Dime, My Smart Price, or 91mobiles.com? Destination websites are like after coming to Flipkart.com, after people exit Flipkart.com, what website they're opening up in the same browser. Does that make it clear, Nikita? Okay. So, guys, is this tool clear? Let me know if you have any questions or doubts. Now, you could do comparison as well. Like in the free version, you could compare two websites. Let's say we want to compare Amazon.in with Flipkart.com. Bharat, you will be categorized as a display user. For every other thing there was mentioned, for anything beyond those four, so for search, you will be categorized under search. For social, you will be categorized under social. For mailers, you will be categorized there itself. For display, you will be categorized. For rest of it, you will be categorized as referral. If you want to keep it very simple, you can think in that way. Now, if you want to compare, let's say in terms of rank, global rank, country category rank, like not much informative. Now, this is what where it really gives you great information. Like it gives you like month over month, what is the difference in traffic that each one individual websites are getting. So we're comparing Flipkart.com with Amazon.in. We're not comparing with Amazon.com. So but still there is two almost like 1.8 to 2x of the traffic that Amazon.in have as compared to Flipkart.com in last 6 months. Month over month, you could see the number. In terms of engagement metrics, like Flipkart have a better engagement rate altogether from pages per visit to average session duration to bounce rate as compared to Amazon, which was the other case before this month, like before September. Amazon really had for last 6 months has had a better conversion rate altogether than Flipkart. But this month they have flipped it altogether. Now this is the distribution of traffic based on sources. So basically, you could compare it and see like what is the difference between the strategy that these companies have. Now you could get an overview first. Like you could see that in terms of display, like Flipkart's spending more money. Flipkart is getting on more traffic, even on a lesser base altogether from display campaigns. Amazon is getting more search traffic. Amazon is spending hugely on search engine marketing, even on a higher base, even on a base of 1.8 to 2x traffic as compared to Flipkart. They're getting 6% more share of traffic from search engines. So that's something you could see. Like in terms of share of traffic from social, it's almost similar. From referral as well, like it's almost in the range. Flipkart have more share of traffic from direct as compared to Flipkart. Now, one of the thing is you could see from emails, guys. Like Amazon have almost like 1.8, 1.7x of the share of traffic that Flipkart have from email. On an absolute number, it will be like 4x. So what do you think could be the reason? Like, what could be the potential reason of having more share of traffic from email for Amazon as compared to Flipkart.com? Anything you could think of, guys? Basically, there could be two things, okay? First is either Amazon is sending more number of emails to customers. Basically, maybe they have larger user segment, or they're sending more number of emails. That results in higher traffic, more traffic to the website. If Flipkart is sending 100 emails to customers in a year, Amazon is sending 200 emails in a year. So they are simply getting more traffic. Now, another reason could be Amazon is sending much more relevant emails to customer. That could be the reason, guys. Maybe more useful information Amazon is sending in the email that is making more people click on the link in the email. Now, reason is in between these 2 points. Like obviously, Amazon send more number of people the email. They have larger traffic, so they have more people who have signed up on the platform. So they send larger number of emails, but also they send more personalized email. So you could go through your mailboxes and just compare. Like after today's session, obviously, not right now, but compare emails from different brands like Ola, Uber, Flipkart, Amazon, and then see their share of traffic from on similar web. You will be able to get insights into how much impact that personalization provides. Now that was about this tool, guys. I hope you like it. You will be able to use it for market research, competitor analysis. This is a highly useful tool for any digital marketer. Now, just to give you a very small example on what kind of upside, let's say, email could bring, like highly personalized content. So, inbound marketing is not about email, guys. I will be talking a lot more about personalization over email, but it's not about email marketing. It's all about personalization. We'll see like what are other channels through which you could send personalized and what are their limitation. But it's more about personalization. So medium.com is a platform, content publishing platform where you could write blog posts, you could read high quality content on any topic. So if you want to learn more about inbound marketing, get fresh content on inbound marketing, you could go to medium.com and search for inbound marketing and you will get the highest quality content on this platform. I can guarantee you that. Written by digital marketers across the world, sharing strategies, sharing their experiences, sharing their insights, techniques, and all. So medium.com is a great platform, not for just a particular topic, but across diversified topics. Okay. Just explore this platform. It will be great. Now, in terms of personalized, like what they do is like they have huge base. Like it is one of the top 1,000 websites globally in terms of traffic. So last month they got 107 million visits across. Now, in terms of distribution of traffic, like it's across the globe, like dominant by United States, but other than that, like it's across the globe, they're getting traffic from. Now, share of traffic from email for them is 4.51. So they send highly personalized newsletters depending on which topic you are interested in, what type of content you consume. They send highly personalized emails, highly personalized newsletters daily. And that's what contribute to 4.51% of the overall traffic. Now you could think like when you think, let's say in case of Flipkart, Amazon as well as Medium, you may think that this is just a minute number altogether. Okay, but you need to understand these are the customers who are re-engaged. Okay, now there could be customers who comes from coupon website or comes from a third party website to this website through referral for the first time. They may not be that engaging. There could be customers who are searching for a keyword and this website ranked. They may not be that engaging. People could have seen the link on social platform. They may come. They may not be that engaging, and same happens with display campaigns as well. But with email, if you're sending information, only the highly engaging customers will come back. So when we say 4.51% or 1.24% or let's say 2.4%, whatever the percentage is, the smaller percentage. But in terms of the quality of traffic, it will be the highest quality traffic that you will be getting, because people, like, you have certain filters, like people need to sign up, people need to already coming to your website, only then you will be able to send email. Now when you send email as well, people will need to open it. It needs to be that relevant that people at least open it. Even after opening, content should be engaging, and there should be a right call to action for customer to come back. After that filtration, you get this traffic. So this is highly relevant, engaging traffic for any business. So basically, like in terms of personalization, there is a lot of scope that any business do in terms of personalizing the information they are able to send to customers through various channels. So we'll learn as we move forward. Let's go back and understand like how to attract audiences for now. So how a business could attract audience. So Blastmic is our first example. It's a company which builds up a lot of B2B tools in tech space. Now they were able to get, like, in March 2014, within few months of launching new products, they were able to get visits, 2.2 million visits to their website. Now how they were able to achieve this, like 29.59% of the overall traffic was coming directly. So they had a good brand recall, like people were visiting the website directly as well. Now 14.35% of the overall traffic was coming through referral, 54.51% was coming through search, and rest of it was through social mails, and there was none through display. So almost negligible traffic was coming through. Now they were not doing any paid marketing, like very minute paid marketing, only on search. So out of 54.51% of the overall search traffic, just 0.99% of it was coming through paid search. 99.01% of the overall search traffic was coming organically. And other than search, they were not doing marketing on any other channel. So 99.5% of the overall traffic approximately was coming through non-paid channels. That's a huge number. Like getting to a level of like getting 21 lakh visits, or uh, just to look at it. So basically, getting to a level of like almost get 21.8 lakh visits through non-paid channels. That's a huge number for any business to carry forward or to achieve. Now, how they were able to get it? So from sources, you could see that direct is which builds up over a period of time, and on all you have you could influence it, but on a longer duration. It built up because of other channels. Now, other two channels, major channels, were search and referrals. So, in terms of search, they optimize their website highly for the keywords which has high volume and low competitor search. Typical SEO strategy that any business have. You will learn more about that in detail in the search engine optimization module. So they optimize their website for Google search, various search engines to drive traffic from there. So that is one part. Second part was referrals. Like they were able to generate 14.35% of 2.2 million within few months through referrals. So that's a huge opportunity that we want to learn about. So basically, how it went about, like the founder at Blastmic, what he did, he created a list of 40 leading bloggers in the industry. So he reached out to them with this email, which you could see on the screen, that which is talking about that he's launching a prototyping tool that could be of interest to the blogger as well as the blog readers. So he thought of sharing and then getting feedback on that particular tool. If he like, so basically he reached out to all these 40 leading bloggers with a proposition that this is a tool that could be of interest to them and their readers, and they could review it. It will be great. He could provide them with license as well. He could provide them with exclusive license so that they could get more detailed analysis done and all. Now 20% of the 40 leading bloggers agreed to write about him. Like he reached out to 40, eight bloggers out of them agreed to write about him, and eight bloggers uh, contributing to 14.35% of 2.2 million visits. That's a huge number, like getting 3-4 lakh visits through non-paid channels just by reaching out to bloggers. It's a huge task. It's a great task, guys, that was completed by the founder of Dasmic. Now, whenever you're building up your online business, let's say you want to start a new business tomorrow with your own idea, you could think of the influencer bloggers that are there. Now, for every industry, there are blog platforms. Like from like for food industry, there are blog platforms. For fashion, there are. For tech, there are. For travel, there are. For finance, there are. For every industry, there are blog platforms which have huge visitor flow. Now, those platforms have high credibility and drive high traffic as well, and have the relevant audience. So, engaging these bloggers will be of high benefit for any business. Now, what model you're working with them? Like you could give them a proposition of writing about you, covering about you, and giving them with the exclusive access. That could be one proposition. Certain bloggers might just want money to cover you. Certain bloggers might want certain discounts for their customers. So depending on what proposition, what's the deal, like you could reach out, you could create list of bloggers from the industry that you want to launch your business in, and then reach out to them individually with the proposition that works best for you. Few of them will agree to it, few of them will not. And you need to analyze, like if the one who are agreeing to it will make substantial uh, will give you substantial result or not, which you expect. And depending on that, you could move forward. So in case of Blastmic, this guy really were able to build a reach of 2.2 million visits per month by focusing on search traffic and referrals, by reaching out to top 40 leading bloggers, and then with the proposition to write about him. Not only he these bloggers wrote about the product launch, but what he did was like he reached out to the users on the blogs itself. When 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 these bloggers wrote a blog post, people had a lot of questions, comments, and all. The founder at Blastmic was replying to all those comments to create engagement, to build up transparency, and make it more engaging for customers to know Blastmic in a much better way. So, with this simple strategy, Blastmic was able to generate 2.2 million visits a month. Is this example clear, guys? Let me know if you have any questions or doubts. Okay. Now, another example is of WizLabs. WizLabs is an online course provider. Now, they were able to get within few months, they were able to get 1 lakh visits, around 1 lakh visits on their website. Now, 66.30% of that was coming through search, 12.56 was coming through referral, rest of it was through direct, and just 2.575% was coming through campaigns. So, search is, you optimize your website for search engines for large volume keywords. You have a separate strategy for it. That's what they implemented and all. We are more interested in referral. Now, in case of online education, they saw that there are a lot of discussion forums. There are not many bloggers and all, but there are a lot of discussion forums that people visits and which have huge visit ratios. So what they did, they started discussing the courses that they provide on the right threads. They started providing reviews and suggestions to people on these threads, and that's what contributed to 12.56% of the overall traffic. So that's a huge upside. You need to think through like where your target audiences will be, which platforms will they be visiting, which websites will they be visiting, so that you would create a strategy according to that. Now, now the question comes is like how to think of inbound in all your marketing initiatives, how to create that pull factor in all your marketing initiatives. So one of the ways is like thinking of engagement magnet. Now, what is an engagement magnet? Let me give you scenario. So for every piece of content you're building up, guys, there's some issue with the slide. So for every piece of content that you're building up, it could be an ad, it could be a landing page, it could be a website, it could be email, like any piece of content that you're building up. There is a action that you want your customer to take. On an ad, you want people to click. On a landing page, maybe you want people to fill up a form. On a website, you want people to sign up for your product. On email, you want people to click on the link in the email. So for every piece of content, you have an objective that you want to achieve. You want customer to do certain action. Now, that's part of engagement. But what you need to think of is an engagement magnet that could provide a user a reason to engage with your piece of content and do the desired action and reduces friction in customer journey. Now, one of the simplest example that I can give you of engagement magnet is a free trial. Now, free trial is something which, like for any tool, which reduces the friction in customer journey, which reduces the barrier perceived by customers in their journey to experience the product and the solution. In the same way, in case of Digital Vidya, we provide a free orientation session or a webinar session that we provide so that it reduces the friction in customer journey and it acts as a way to pull more users. Like if you see the ad where you see the barrier is just you need to spend 1 hour to attend a free orientation session, that's all. Like it reduces the friction, it provides a reason for users to engage with that piece of content. So whenever you're building up a piece of content, think of engagement magnets that could provide reason for users to engage and could effectively reduce friction in customer journey. For any piece of content, if you think in that way, it will increase the overall engagement and it will drive more customers to the desired action that you want. Is this concept clear, guys? Now, in what ways can you really engage customers, attract them as well? So one of the example is of Dell, like a B2B example. They were launching Sonic Wall. Sonic Wall is their network security solution. Okay. Now, what they did, they gamified it a bit. Like they created a small challenge for IT professionals. They needed to play this game by signing up with their email address. Now, this was a simple game where people need to do certain actions or solve certain queries around network security and all. Now, people could refer their colleagues as well. uh, there was a scoreboard kind of thing. So not only they were able to attract new people, but they were able to make it more viral. They were able to penetrate it further into the target group by making people refer other people and creating a scoreboards by providing incentives to customer to refer more and more people and play more and more game, creating teams and all. So not only they were able to engage and basically not only they were able to attract the right segment of users, but also they were able to engage and aggregate them. So once this is over, they had the email address of these IT professionals, which they could reach out to at any stage that they want. So this is one example. Another example is of WizLabs. Now they use webinar as a strategy to engage users. Guys, did you attend Digital Vidya's webinar? Now, did you find it useful? Did it help in any ways in your decision making of joining the course at Digital Vidya? Those guys who have attended it, guys, can you reply like, will did that really affect your decision making? Okay, so you already had your mind made up about signing up. Okay, now what are the upsides that that webinar provides? Can you tell us, guys? Like what, like for people who really worked well, who attended it, like what do you think, like as compared to ads on different platforms, how does webinar changes the dynamics? So ultimately, at the base, uh, at the fundamental level, what every business wants to do is they want to reach out to the right target user and make them understand what their solution is all about. That's the whole thing about marketing, guys. Like every business wants to reach out to the right audience and make them understand what their solution is all about. That's all. Now, there are various ways to do it. Through TV, you could do it. Through newspapers, you could do it. Through display ads, you could do it. Through YouTube ads, you could do it. Through search engine marketing ads, businesses are doing it. Through display ads, businesses are doing it. So, all these ways are to reach out to customers, to make them understand what their solution is all about and how exactly it fits into the needs that customer have. This is all what marketing is. Now, what businesses are competing is customers' attention. Okay, through TV, radio, outdoor hoardings, from that to search engine marketing, display ads, video ads on YouTube. Customers are like businesses are looking for grabbing customers' attention, but it hardly gets them. Okay, on a search ad, you could get customer attention for maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds. On a display ads or a GIF, again 5 to 10 seconds. On a video ad, maybe like 30 seconds to 5-10 minutes. That's the attention span that you get of customers. Within 1 minute, you need to make customer understand through a video what your solution is all about and how it fits into the customer requirements. Now, with webinar, you have the largest span that customer could provide you. Like you get customers' attention for almost like half an hour to 2 hours, in certain cases 3 hours as well. So basically, from half an hour to 2 hours, like your customer is with you, where it's a individual, like a much more personalized connect that you could have. So webinar have a huge conversion rate. So out of all channels, because through webinar you get customers' attention for a longer duration, you get much better conversion rate with webinar. So you must have seen like all B2B companies, product based companies, including few B2C as well as all online education companies conduct these webinars frequently. And you must have wondered why they are chasing you for webinar, because it gives them highest conversion rate. Because it addresses the question that customers have in their mind. It provides them with a very personalized connect with the business and to understand the solution. And that really provides a huge upside in terms of engagement and converting users off. Yes, Bharat. So when we think of like webinar is a way of is an engagement magnet for most of the businesses. You must have seen like you get attracted to a webinar. Like if there are ads which are running, learn the scope of digital marketing. Okay, and there's a, let's say, head of digital marketing of uh, or the business has a business in Facebook India business side is coming up to take that webinar. You will be interested in that. Like that will be a medium of attracting audiences as well. So it's not like that webinar will come in the later part. A business decides like at what level they want to introduce webinars at, but it's a great tool to attract audiences as well. If you would have seen, particularly in case of GMAT oriented platforms, like which provides GRE as well as GMAT training, like how aggressively they market webinars, and that's their way of attracting audiences. It's a way to engage them as well, but that's how they are able to do. No, you decide which topic is a great topic. Like obviously, there will be webinars on different topics. I think you're more focused on demo. Okay. Now, in case of demo, if you want to understand those five solutions in detail, you will take up those or if you think that you're not yet sure to take up demo, you want to get more information, you will read through more information. But that doesn't absolve from the examples where webinar is a great tool to attract audiences. Now, webinar could be a great way of re-engaging customers as well, but that's another use case of webinar. Did you get my point, Bharat? Okay. So when we say display ads, it could be used for remarketing, it could be used for bringing back 1 year old customer, it could be used for generating attracting new users as well. When we say search engine optimization, it could be done for attracting new users as well as like users who have been there with your website for 1 year. So those are mediums that could be used in different contexts. What the context we are looking at is how we can attract audiences. So it's a great way, and it's a great way to convert of users as well. Now, in case of digital vidya, what we do is like you must have seen on different pages, there are different incentives that are being provided to customers, from the opportunity to download a guide to see few videos on social media marketing to attending a webinar or to attend a free webinar, free orientation session. So we are trying to aggregate customers. Like these are ways in which we are able to attract audiences, like through webinar by mentioning free orientation session in various ads, like that improve the CTR by really good numbers. Like in the search engine ads, in the display ads, which were there to attract audiences, by mentioning that there is a free orientation session, a lot more people clicked on the ads. So these are the ways in which not only they are able to attract audiences, but also they are able to engage and aggregate them. So these were the few examples, guys, on how you can attract and aggregate audiences. Now, few other ways is like in case of marketing Shepra, what they do. These content-based websites you must have seen, like they provide you with the option of subscribing to the newsletters, so that you could get the latest content on different topics. And the whole strategy is to publish lot of different content. So as we move forward, we'll see the strategy for Kissmetrics and various other businesses, where the whole strategy is to write relevant content which could be useful for digital marketers. And over a period of time, they attract audiences through that. Not only they engages audiences, not only they aggregate audiences based on that, but also they attract, because if you write high quality content, you get ranked on search engines. You can get visits from social platforms where you can get more shares and likes and comments on your post. So writing high quality content is another way to attract audiences. Now there are and various other ways, like from in case of HubSpot, what they use is they use ebooks to attract audiences. People know that you will get high quality ebooks from HubSpot. Like now, when we talk about attracting audiences and aggregating them, like even Google and Facebook do it. Like for like let's say in case of Google, they provide you with a 2,000 rupees voucher if you sign up with your email ID on a particular form for Google AdWords. Now, in case of Facebook as well, if you are a owner of Facebook business page, you are targeted with this kind of a ad. Now, what kind of incentives are they providing for you to sign up on their form? They're saying you will get a 4 week free phone support from Facebook experts. You will get a solution which is customized for your business, and you will get a $50 coupon at the end of the 4 week program. All you need to do is you need to provide them with your information. So, to attract audiences for their Facebook AdWords platform and to aggregate them, they're incentivizing them, they're reaching out to them with this kind of ad. Now, one of the interesting example is of Dell Outlet. Like they created this particular Twitter handle to provide exclusive deals on Dell refurbished products for US customers. Now, because of the exclusiveness of the deals that are being provided, they were able to aggregate 14 lakh 90,000 people on this Twitter handle. That's a huge number. And this was in 2012, late 2011-12. Okay, so basically, at that time it was a huge number altogether of audience aggregation. Okay, now what they were doing was they were providing exclusive deals on refurbished Dell products to customers. Okay, uh, so basically, they were optimizing the content in the tweet. They were optimizing the timing of the tweet in a way so that more people could click on the link, more people could get engaged, and more people could buy. So even before Twitter started generating revenue for themselves, Dell was using the platform to generate profits out of it. So this was one example where they were able to create this particular handle to attract audiences, as well as they were able to aggregate around 15 lakh customers, which they were able to re-engage again and again and convert them off over a period of time. So are these examples clear, guys? Let me know if you have any questions or doubts. Okay. Now, let's discuss the strategy, the exercise that you need to complete, the task that you have in your LMS, which you need to complete, where you need to build a strategy to attract audiences for a business. So you need to think through the process of creating a strategy to attract audiences for a business case. So let's go through the steps, guys, so that you could attempt it. So after every session, what we'll do is we'll go through the task for 10-15 minutes to make you understand what are the different steps and how you could approach the task so that you have better clarity in terms of how to complete the task. So for this particular case, let's take example of digital vidya itself, because each one of you being have gone through the journey of researching through digital marketing courses and all. You will be able to relate to it better. So how to create a strategy to attract audiences, how to build reach for your business. This is the objective of task which is there in your LMS. Now, step number one for any in the task, the step number one is you need to mention the business case. Okay, you could take up any business case, guys. The business you work for, the business you want to start, or any other business that you're interested in building the strategy for. Okay, you just need to mention the step number one. In the step number two, uh, like okay, in the step number one, you just need to mention the business case. Step number two, you need to list down all the sources your audiences could be visiting. So you need to list down all the sources that your target audiences could be visiting. Now, what I mean by sources is like all the websites that you think you will be able to find relevant audiences for digital marketing course. What are the websites, guys? What do you think? What are the platforms where we will be able to find the right audiences for digital marketing? Or what are the platforms? Platforms are website in itself, but in terms of categorization. Okay, to make it more clear, like what are the websites where you will be able to find the relevant audiences and you will be able to reach out to them as well. Obviously, you can say competitors' website, but you will not be able to reach out to them. You will say other digital businesses' website, you will not be able to reach out to them. So I've just refined my question. That's a great suggestion, Bharat job platforms. Like that's the last suggestion that people give. You gave it the first. Okay. So what about search engines, guys? Like we'll be able to find the right audiences on google.com? People looking out for right keywords? So We could just simply mention all the search engines here: Google, we have Bing, we have Yahoo, and all. Then you have social platforms. Just for the ease, we could write a few. You have Facebook, Quora, LinkedIn will be a great channel, Twitter, and various other social channels. Okay, YouTube. What else? Bharat suggested job platforms. That's a good suggestion. Job platforms like imjobs.com. We have Naukri. We can just write two, three examples, and then all like there will be list of hundreds of job portals. Okay. Now, what else? Anything else you could think of, guys? What about digital marketing blogs like digitaldefine.com or digitaldeepak.com? All these platforms, all these search engine marketing, searchengineland.com will be able to find the right audiences there, guys. On digitaldefine.com. Okay. Will there be a Vipin? We are not asking you for your 100% surety, but do you think there will be set of audience that could be visiting digitaldefine.com that may be interested in digital marketing course? Yes, that's what we are looking at. Obviously, everyone who is on Facebook is not interested in digital marketing course, or everyone who is looking out for a job will not be looking out for a digital marketing course. So what we are looking at is a probability, a probability of getting a higher probability of getting the right users. Okay. Now, what else? Like this is one example from digital marketing blogs. Now, what other category do you think like of the maybe there are a lot of discussion forums, guys, like discussion forums on professional courses, skill set based courses, where people are understanding. Like pagalguy.com is for GMAT, CAT, and all, basically primarily for CAT, and they have introduced various other categories as well. Now, that is one. So there are a lot of discussion forums that we could include. What else? Do a platform like Your Story, IMWire, INC42, which is a startup portal, will that be helpful? What do you think, guys? So basically, one of the major target audience for digital marketing courses, like all the startup people, like irrespective of the background, irrespective of the work they're doing, like understanding the digital marketing will be of relevance to them. So platforms like Your Story, all the startup news platforms could be the right platforms for targeting. Bharat, what do you mean by learning portals? Like any examples you could give? Okay, so basically in the step number two, you need to list down all the sources. Is this step clear, guys? So you need to go through all these sources that you think your target audiences could be visiting. Is this step number two clear, guys? Okay. Now, what's step number three? So, step number three is you need to shortlist these sources. Okay. Now, you have created the list of sources. Uh, Now, you need to shortlist. Now, how you will be able to shortlist? Anything you could think of, guys, like how to shortlist among these sources? You may have hundreds of websites that your target audiences could be visiting. On what criteria should we shortlist the sources? Yes, Bharat. So we already included LinkedIn here, like so that's the case. But on Coursera or and on various other, and LinkedIn learning is not free. So basically, all these channels like will not be able to market to them because there are no ads, and they are competition of digital vidya like Coursera, LinkedIn Learning, Udemy. All these are competitors of digital vidya. So in the step number three, guys, we need to shortlist the sources. Anything you could think of, like what could be the framework based on which we could select the sources? We could shortlist the sources. Okay, potential of the audience that we will be able to reach. We have Google, Facebook, let's say I am jobs, we have digitaldefine.com. Okay, so first criteria needs to be the volume, reach that you could have through these channels, and second should be the relevance of audience that you will be able to find on these channels. Now, how to go about it? Okay, let's learn that. Let me open few tools, guys. Just give me a minute. Bharat, in the step number two, what you do is you list down all the sources. Okay. In the step number three, you select the sources. You create a short list. You create a priority list among all those sources. Okay, just a minute, guys. It's taking time for me to open Facebook. Okay, yeah. So basically, these are the sources that we have. Let's say we want to find out what is the reach that we could get from each one of these sources. Okay, let's take up the example of these four sources and then look at. In terms of Google, you need to go to Keyword Planner, guys. Like Google Keyword Planner is the tool that you could you could access from Google AdWords. You need to go to Tools and Keyword Planner. You need to sign up on Google AdWords for it. Now, let's say for digital vidya, like what could potentially customer could be searching for? Digital marketing course, digital marketing certification. Like we want to figure out like all the people in Delhi who could be searching for this course. Okay, let's keep it for a city itself so that number is less. So we target customers globally, particularly for developing countries like emerging markets, basically. So digital marketing course, digital marketing certification, a few of the keywords that our target audiences could be searching for on Google. Now, Google gives you volume, okay, a number of people on an average monthly searching for the keyword that we have mentioned. Here, it's giving month over month how many people could be searching for. This is based on last month's previous year's data it is providing you. Now, if you scroll down, it gives you like how many people are searching for uh, keywords related to the keywords that I just entered. Okay, so you could see all the related keywords. So on average, like how many people are searching for it? So we could say that 45,000 people are searching for keywords related to digital marketing course every month. Okay, so if you take an average, it could come around to be 45,000. So reach that we could have through Google is 12 into 45,000. This is the annual reach. Annually, we will be able to reach out to 5,40,000 people in Delhi who are searching for digital marketing course or related keywords. Is this clear, guys? Okay. So through it, we were able to figure out the reach that we can get through Google. Now, let's say for Facebook. So you will need to go to Facebook AdWords Manager. Here you need to, while creating a campaign or while selecting the audiences, you could create an audience. Let's say you want to target customers in Delhi again. Uh, okay. Uh, People between 18 to maybe 28, both men and women who are interested in digital marketing. Okay. You could be more specific with the interests and all. More specific, let's say you want to target startups, you want to target fresher out of colleges, you want to target professionals and all. You could be more specific here, but let's say for the sake of simplicity for now, we want to target everyone in Delhi between 18 and 28 who are interested in digital marketing. So there are 3 lakh people. Facebook tells you the reach that you could potentially have through the platform on the right side. So there are 3 lakh people who qualifies for the criteria that you have mentioned. So the potential reach that you have from Facebook is 3 lakhs. So Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Quora, all these platforms have their own ways of giving you the potential reach. Now, what about websites like iamjobs.com or digitaldefine.com? For these kind of websites, you have similarweb.com. Now, you will need to reach out to, like, first you will be able to get a fair idea from iamjobs.com, like what is the potential reach that you could get, what basically depending on how much traffic that these websites have and all. So you could see 6,54,000 people visited last month, engagement rate is good. Out of that, 93% of the overall traffic was coming through India. So basically, just 7% of the traffic you need to eliminate, and then so you could say like 6 lakh is the reach that you could expect from IAM jobs monthly. That's the number of visits. Now you don't get user level data, guys. We need to get the user level data because Facebook and Google gives you user level data. So in case of IAM jobs, you get a fair like you understand that how many times a customer may be visiting, the frequency could be high. So you need to reach out to the team at IAM jobs to understand what is the potential reach that you could get. Okay, then you could decide on the criteria as well. So let's say on average you will be able to reach out to 2 lakh people per month. Like there are 2 lakh unique visitors that are coming to IAM jobs. So you will be able to reach out to 24 lakh unique visitors in a year's time who are looking out for jobs on IAM jobs. Okay. Now same in case of digitaldefine.com. So how many people they are getting on their platform? What is the potential reach? So what is the potential reach that you could get? So basically last month they got 36, okay, 76,000 visitors with not so good engagement rate. But we could write down now out of that, India was contributing to just 16% of it. So almost like one sixth, or maybe like yeah. So basically 16% of 76,000 could be like around 10,000 visits a month. So again, user level data you need to figure out with the team. If you say 12 into 10,000, so you will be able to reach out to 1,20,000 people over uh, this platform. Now, what are the things that this is the potential reach that you get, guys? Now, based on this, you can't take a decision because you could see that if you take it, you will not get the relevant audiences. You will not be able to optimize it. Now, how to select relevancy? So, based on your own understanding of different channels as well, and basic common sense, like what do you think? Like, will customer who will be searching for digital marketing course and digital marketing certification is more relevant as compared to Facebook, guys? What do you think? As compared to Facebook, where customer could be engaging with digital marketing content. Now, guys, are you there in the session? So, guys, will you be able to complete the task now? Okay, that's great. So basically, just do it over the weekend itself. Like we just have today. So over the week, like take this week and then complete it before coming to the next session, so that you could ask as many questions as possible, and you are able to implement the strategy parallelly with the session itself. Now, if you get stuck anywhere, if you have any questions or doubts while going through the recording of the session, which you will get by tomorrow afternoon, or while going through the task or quiz, feel free to reach out to me over email. I've just provided my email address. I've just provided the feedback link for today's session as well, guys. It will be great if you could provide the feedback. In the meantime, if you have any doubts, questions, or any inputs, let me know. If there's something which is not clear, if you want me to elaborate on a particular topic, let me know, guys. No, Bharat, you don't need to do it for digital Vidya, okay? You can take any business case, as I mentioned in the initial stage itself, while before starting the task. So you could take it up for any business, the business you work for, business you want to start, or any random business as well, like from Flipkart to Amazon and all. So guys, let me know if you have any other questions or doubts. Okay, that's great, guys. It will be great if you could provide the feedback. I've just again provided the link in the